All right, we're in round 2, and this hand's a little bit suspect. We have 2 colorless sources, 2 red spells, 2 black spells at 4. Our curve really wants to start at 2. But we're on the draw, which I don't know if that means this hand's better or worse. I almost like this hand more on the play. It's a curious one. I think I'm going to keep. I'm skeptical. But we have a lot of black 2-drops. There's a lot of things this hand could draw. I think it's just sort of it's an underwhelming start. All right, well, I mean, now we technically can play a Silent Skimmer on turn 4 and start playing red spells. Hey, this archetype looks familiar. Hey, right in the nick of time. So I want to set up for a Boulder Salvo getting copied. That'd be pretty awesome. I don't know how realistic that is. Off a Protector. Alright, he's online with that Undo Work Lyric. I think this Witness Ian's going to actually be pretty sweet for us, though, which is cool. Obviously, the life loss is going to be irrelevant, but I think getting 2 cards from our opponent seems decent. Okay. Get a flyer. So, do I want to Witness Ian now or wait one more turn? I think I'm probably going to wait one more turn. We'll get the Silent Skimmer out first. I mean, the best time to play Witness Ian is when your opponent's got 2 cards left. Decent chance we're going to be able to play it next turn. Plus now I guess we have Blighted Gorge for this Work Lyric at some point, which seems good. Well, that's certainly suspicious of a combat trick. If it's a reproach, he's going to get it if I attack anyway. I think I'm going to take it this time. I'm not exactly sure why. I just feel like it's ultimately potentially better. Well, that's a good draw too, actually. So 3 cards left in his hand. I can. Oh yeah, I always forget that Mirror Pool enters tapped. I got to remember that. It's really important. Thankfully, we still get to witness the end. And then I guess set up for complete disregard into Boulder Salvo, and I still have Blighted Gorge. That's not bad either, I guess. Unfortunately, Zulaport Chain Mage is like actually kind of a threat at the moment, which is surprising. I really don't want to take 4 damage from this. I'm actually going to play the Predator. He forgot to use Undo Work Lyric. I guess that's good news. I think I'm going to block the Courier Griffin this turn, because it seemed like he was going to play something big, which means I could potentially hit this Witness, and if I play my cards right. All right. Let's empty his hand now. And try and salvage from here. So, imagine we're going to hit a couple spells. I'm hoping. Here's hoping. Medic and an unnatural endurance. Well, not the ideal ones. But, yeah, it's going to work. Alright, well, thankfully Oblivion Strike's gonna do something, I imagine. Plus we have Blighted Gorge. Alright, I mean, we're setting up. We've got a decent late game plan in our deck somewhere. Culling Drone. Alright, so I want to draw a land here. Did get the land. Alright, that's pretty good news for us. So now I think we're going to go on the complete disregard the War Cleric into salvo the Zulaport Chain Mage plan. Still just a couple mana away from... Mirror Pool's tough to use, man. It's a tough one. I'm 1 mana away from copying complete disregard, but I need to deal with... I kind of need to deal with Chain Mage now, I think. So let's do the plan here. We're gonna hit the War Cleric. Salvo the Chain Mage. And yeah, I guess we'll smash in with the Predator here. So let's him crack back with all 4. Block here, and take 3. Probably need to get some damage in. I think this is going to be okay. I definitely want to copy Oblivion Strike with Mirror Pool if possible. I gotta keep in mind I can also copy creatures with Mirror Pool, which is not to be overlooked. No play, I guess that's good news. Maw's actually a really nice draw too. So if I copy a creature with Mirror Pool, I don't know what I'm copying exactly. I definitely want to kind of, well, do I definitely want to do anything? I might just want to play the Translator and set up for our Mirror Pool, though. Yeah, I guess so. I suppose it's in our best interest. Now if we rip a land, we can use the Mirror Pool, is that right? I don't know, I can't do maths. Let's see. 4 mana. 1, 2. Yeah, we're 1 mana from copying Oblivion Strike, which is pretty good. We can hit... the problem is we don't have anything we really want to hit. You know what I mean? I mean, we got it. So I guess the question is, what do I want to kill? Well, Courier Griffin and a Protector, I guess. So I got to hold control while casting this, right? So let's go this thing, because I don't think you can use this after you've cast the spell, which is strange. I'm holding control right now. I hope this works. I've had this screw up before in the past, but I want to maintain priority when it's on the stack. Oh, thankfully I get the opportunity because of the trigger. So we're going to copy Oblivion Strike. Take out the Protector. Because I've got the Blighted Gorge for the... I've got the Blighted Gorge for the other flyer, I guess. I don't want to protect myself against, like, Andu Rising or something. Let's get some more landfall going. So I guess we play the Maw. Just swing with these three. I don't mind that. Guess we'll take out the flyer. Okay. Well, pretty good shape now with the Blighted Gorge. We can throw at his face. He's got 2 blockers. I'm pretty sure he's dead here. All right. So we got game 1 against the Black-White Allies deck. Didn't have as many allies as you'd expect, though, at least from what we saw, right? We saw a bunch of non-allies, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, Culling Drone is out of place in this deck. Stonehaven Medic is not an ally, but it is in place with the deck otherwise. But it's not an ally, which is important. Offer Protector is, you know, it's fine. Career Griffin's not an ally. Raptor's not an ally. So he's certainly got at least, 4 non-ally creatures, which is already quite a few. In terms of removal, we didn't see any. We saw an Unnatural Endurance, which is good. And we saw a Spawnbinder Mage, which is, I guess, technically removal. So didn't really, I mean, we didn't draw nuts that game by any means, did we? I guess we drew lands, which we needed. So we actually did draw pretty well that game. I don't think Spark Mage's Gambit seems that good. So I guess we're going to keep it the same and try her again. This is a nice hand. We have both colors. We've got removal for like a War Cleric or something, and Invoker actually seems good against at least a few creatures in his deck, so I like it. Alright, Translator's not a bad draw either. No 2-drops, good news. Salvo, okay. Starting to come together here. I guess Salvo's going to be a tough one to... Well, I guess that's not true. I was going to say Salvo's a tough one to Surge, but I take that back. We already can Surge it now, so I lied. We get to go Slaughter Drone Salvo if we have to next turn. There's something cray that we can't deal with. Courier Griffin. I don't really care about that. I'd trade a Reality Hemorrhage. Yeah, actually, this is nice. So we get to attack in, because we can just Hemorrhage the Griffin, plus play a Hedron Crawler, which I think is ultimately going to be just fine. Or I can play the Slaughter Drone 2. If I play the Hedron Crawler and I draw a land, that gives me access to 6 lands, which means I could play Sower plus Salvo. Yeah, I'm going to play the Crawler then. Chain Mage, okay. So I have 5 lands, which means I can play Forerunner plus Slaughter Drone plus give something haste. Probably do that. Let's go Forerunner, Slaughter Drone, Hasty. We'll Hasty up my Forerunner. I wouldn't mind trading it. I want to get more damage in. I wouldn't mind trading it for a Chain Mage anyway. I think that's a good trade for us. I mean, granted, we could have given our Havoc Sower haste, but Havoc Sower is not exactly a card you can play super hasty anyway, right? So now I can go Sower plus Salvo, and absolutely no reason to play Salvo, so guess we're just gonna swing here. So we're actually gonna go well, actually that's debatable, isn't it? Makes better use of mana. I think we play the Translator. My thinking is I can possibly use the extra mana. If I played Havoc Sower and I drew a land, I still would only be able to activate its ability once. Alright, well, to be honest, I still think I'd rather my opponent Oblivion Strike that than the Havoc Sower. Does this mean he's ready to block? Could mean that. Now we get Sower plus Sentinel, which is pretty sweet. So, am I willing to risk? I'm just going to attack with the drone. Now I'm not willing to lose my Invoker to Unnatural Endurance. Or a combat trick. Because Invoker will just take the game over. Pretty much, right? Ooh, Eiley. That's a pretty good Boulder Salvo target. It's also a good Valakut Invoker target, too. Let's see here. So I'm 1 land away from Invoker getting turned on. I guess I just attack with... I'm going to still save my Salvo, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that trade. Now I've got potential for Invoker getting turned on. I have Boulder Salvo. Still have a better board presence. I guess we just swing here. All right. Oh. That's too bad. Nobody expects the Tar Snare, I guess. I was expecting the unnatural endurance. That was a good rip. All right. I think we're going to salvo the 3-3. He doesn't have to double block, actually. He can... See, the problem is he can just block Maw with this. Yeah, we're going to kill the Serene Steward. All right, well, that's satisfying if that was his draw. We're ripping really well here. All right. Got match number 2 against the black-white deck, who did end up having a pretty solid little black-white ally brew. Although also Eiley's not an ally, so he had good allies though. Serene Steward double at least 2 onto work lyrics, the chain mage, so his deck looked good. He did seem to be lacking a few allies though, right? At least 5 that we saw: Raptor, Eiley, Griffin, Culling Drone. And I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting. But yeah, so if at least 5 of your like 15 to 17 creatures are non-ally, that will hurt the black-white ally deck. Doesn't have a ton of requirements, but one of the major ones is a pretty cohesive ally creature base. Either way, we ripped super well that match, so I'm glad we could get a victory. All right, we'll see you in the finals.